Are you thinking about getting more exercise in your life, but you just don't know where to start? I'm Dr. Jody Friedman, a chiropractor at Willowbrook Chiropractic here in Langley, and today I've gone a few kilometers down the road to visit Mary and Brand at Brand Fitness. And we're going to talk a little bit about, again, how we can actually get more exercise in our life. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming to my studio. I'm so excited you're here.
Well, thanks again for having me. A lot of my patients really want to get more exercise in their life. They want to be healthier, but they just have a hard time getting started. Then you probably see that out in the community at large. What advice do you have to really, again, to share with them about the steps they can take to actually get started with fitness?
Yes, it can be intimidating. Fitness, you want to know what you're doing, but you don't know what you're doing. So starting a little studio like mine is a great way to start. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to come to a studio, you can start with walking. Walking's a great exercise to do. Mm-hmm. And I also have walking workout videos on YouTube, so those are a nice easy way to do it at home, so you don't have to go outside.
Yeah, fantastic.
And yeah, just movement. Any kind of movement is great. Do something that you love or that you like. Yes. If you don't love exercise, but exercise is so important.
For sure.
It's very important. And
that's what I'm often communicating with patients, is that we can't view exercise as an optional thing. We need to get movement in our life. We need to get exercise, and really ideally on a daily basis. You'd mentioned YouTube, and you are not just the owner of the fitness studio here, but you also are a bona fide YouTube star as well. Then I think you have like 26,000 subscribers now.
Yeah,
then so
I do. That was kind of all an accident over the pandemic with trying to help my members to keep staying fit. So I went on YouTube, and it just kind of grew from there.
Fantastic.
And I can help more people from around the world, and I try to make my exercise fun. I'm a little bit goofy sometimes, and I like to have fun, and I want people to have fun because I want them to enjoy what they're doing. Exercise is so important, and we need to do it as a lifestyle, and it doesn't have to take a long time. You can split up in little tiny bits, like a little 10-minute session here of movement.
For sure.
It's like something simple.
And it sounds like you give a lot of the same advice as I do. I always think about things as being cumulative, right, throughout the day, and we don't think that it's like that extra 10 minutes that we spent if we walk from the back of the parking lot to into the store that we're going into, that's an extra couple more minutes there. Or again, walking over to the store or to a friend's house instead of driving, then it all really can add up throughout the day.
Great idea. Always I do that too. Park at the farthest from the store, take the stairs. Stairs are great. I live in a condo and I live on the 4th floor, so I always take the stairs every day. Like those little bits, they add up to a lot.
It definitely does add up. And you had mentioned, again, we talked about the YouTube thing. Do you think that online is a good place for some people to get started? Maybe those people that don't necessarily feel comfortable coming to a fitness studio right from the beginning, they haven't been doing that much exercise. Is that a good place to get started? And what are sort of some of the challenges you see with people doing more at-home fitness then?
I think it's an awesome way to get started, but you do have to be careful what you start with, and also something simple like a walking workout, so everybody can do that. Just easy to follow. Find something that you like. If you get a little bit more into like strength training, because that's very important too,
definitely.
Then if you've never done that before, I would highly suggest hiring a professional to help with form, because form is really important. Because if you don't have proper form, then they might be coming to see you.
For sure. And and again, we talked before, really, that it's like people get motivated, they get started on exercise, and then sort of week 3, 4, 5 comes along, and then I'm often seeing them inside my office, and again, I remind people that this is perfectly normal, that again, in the beginning, we're sort of flying high and we're doing great, but sometimes the body starts to push back again a little bit, and that's a perfectly normal thing. And I try and keep people really positive then, and say, okay, we're gonna do a couple treatments, we're gonna address this shoulder problem, this back pain that you're having then. But the important thing is that we keep the momentum going, then, that we don't really want to stop because we've just done so much work to kind of get to this point already. And again, we want to just keep that momentum going with things.
No, that's right too.
So, oftentimes, in terms of modifications that people make then, or have to make then, that's kind of a big thing that I'm talking about with patients then. What do you have to do typically, again, with maybe your clients inside your studio here to be able to modify exercises to be able to make them work for them?
That's a great question. That's another great thing we do here at Brand Fitness is work around injuries and issues, because now we're dealing with ages 50 plus, and
Sure. Yeah.
there's different, even if you're younger, you might have, if you have an injury and something hurts while you do it, then stop, don't do that. Or go see a professional to help you work through that injury, because you don't want to keep doing something and making it hurt, because you're going to make it worse.
For sure, yeah.
So.
And it's like, it's always that balancing act, and I think I'd shared with you before as well that it's like that exercise can be really helpful for working through an injury. Then treatment, whether it be chiropractic or other types of treatment, can be really helpful. But if you combine the exercise and the treatment together, then again, that's kind of when the real magic happens, and we can actually create significant change. And then if people can continue that exercise and continue that momentum going, then that's when they're going to create really positive changes inside their life. Then
you'll notice a huge difference. You keep moving, our bodies are meant to move.
Yes.
And it's like your fountain of youth, really. Keep moving. I see people in their older years and they're active and they look so young, they can move well, they feel great, they have less pain. There's so many benefits by doing exercise, and doesn't have to be exercise. It's just moving, finding what you like to do.
Well, thank you for sharing so much of this advice with myself and with also our patient base today as well then. So it's been so nice talking to you about this.
Thank you so much, Jody. Thanks for inviting me. And
perfect. So if you want to know more about Marion and her fitness studio here, it's Brand Fitness in Langley then, and also you can check her out online. She's got a big YouTube following and a big YouTube page, and I've actually looked at a lot of her exercise walking videos then, and I think they're a fantastic place for people to get going with exercise then. So perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much.